Here we have a pre-calculus problem. Okay, let's go to the question. If log base 4 of x negative 1 positive 1 equals to 2 times log base 4 of x, what is the value of x? Okay, in the given logarithmic equation, we have to solve for the variable x. Okay, now let me write the given logarithmic equation as it is. It is log base 4 of x negative 1 positive 1 equals to 2 times log base 4 of x. Okay, here on the left side, I have the addition of a logarithm and the number 1. Okay, if I want to add this logarithm and this number 1, I have to write this number 1 in terms of logarithm with the same base, that is the base 4, so that I'll be able to add the two logarithms using the product rule of logarithms. Okay, let me write the stuff over here. There is log base 4 of x negative 1. So as I said, we have to write this number 1 in terms of logarithm with whatever base we have for this logarithm, that is 4. So we can write the number 1 as log base 4 of 4. In any logarithm, the argument and base are equal, then the value of such logarithm is 1. So this log base 4 of 4 is equal to 1. Okay, here we got addition of two logarithms with the same base 4. Now let me write the stuff on the right side as it is. So that is 2 log base 4 of x. Okay, now let me consider the product rule of logarithm, that is a log base a of m positive log base a of n. Here we are adding two logarithms with the same base a. Whenever I add two logarithms with the same base, what I have to do is I have to write the logarithm once with the base what we have for the two logarithms, and we have to multiply the arguments. That is, I have to multiply m and n, then I am getting m times n. Okay, I can use this product rule over here for the addition of these two logarithms, because these two logarithms have the same base 4. Okay, now let me write the logarithm once with the base of what we have over here and here, and we have to multiply the arguments as we have discussed over here in the product rule of logarithms. So we can multiply x negative 1 and 4, then I'm getting x negative 1 times 4. Okay, here on the right side, logarithm we have over here is multiplied by 2. Okay, now let me consider the power rule of logarithm, that is n times log base a of m. Okay, here your logarithm is multiplied by some value n. Whenever your logarithm is multiplied by some value, so this value can be taken as the exponent for the argument we have over here. Then the result is log m to the nth part to the base a. Okay, the same thing we can do over here. So because the logarithm we have over here is multiplied by 2, now this 2 can be taken as the exponent for the argument x over here. In that case, I am getting log base 4 of x square. Okay, here two logarithms are equal with the same base 4. Whenever two logarithms are equal with the same base, what we can do is we can equate the arguments. So that is x negative 1 times 4 equals to x square. Okay, now we can distribute this 4 to this x and negative 1. So when I do such a distribution, I'm getting 4x and negative 4 equals to x square. Okay, now let me subtract 4x from both sides, and also let me add 4 to both sides to get this quadratic equation in standard form. So when I do so, the positive 4x, negative 4x will cancel out, negative 4, positive 4 will cancel. I'm getting 0 on the left side. On the right side, I have x square, negative 4x, positive 4. Okay, now I have to solve for x in this quadratic equation. Since this quadratic equation is in standard form, we can try to solve this quadratic equation either by factoring or quadratic formula. Usually, we'll try to solve a quadratic equation by factoring when the quadratic equation is in standard form. If factoring does not work, we have to go with the quadratic formula. Okay, now let's try to solve this quadratic equation by factoring. For that, we have to multiply the constant term positive 4 by the coefficient of x square. In this case, is just 1. So when I multiply this positive 4 by this 1, I am still getting positive 4. Okay, now I have to get two factors for this positive 4, so that the product of the two factors equals to positive 4, and when I add the two factors, they must add up to negative 4, which is the coefficient of x. I think negative 2 and negative 2 will work. When I multiply negative 2 negative 2, I am getting positive 4. When I add negative 2 and negative 2, I am getting negative 4, which is a coefficient of x. So the two factors I am getting over here always have to meet the two conditions. The product must be equal to this value, and the sum of these two values must be equal to the coefficient of x. Further, we have to divide both the factors by the coefficient of x square, that is 1. Okay, let me do it. When I divide this negative 2 by 1, I am still getting negative 2, and here also I am getting negative 2. Usually when we solve a quadratic equation, I will be getting two values for the variable. So we will be getting two values for x. Now to get the first value of x, I have to change the sign of the first factor over here. It's negative 2. When I change the negative sign, it will become positive 2. This is the first value of x. Now to get the second value of x, I have to change the sign of the second factor. Again, I am getting 2. Okay, here I get the same value for x. So therefore, we have only one value for x in this quadratic equation. that is x equals to 2. So the value of x in the given equation is 2.